Hey, what's up guys? Rob here from Movie Review Time. Back with a brand new video this time. Every once in a while I'll throw in a brand new one because I've been doing a lot of re-uploads and just giving you guys some content for the channel just to keep things flowing. You know, a lot of the horror collections that I'm doing are re-uploads. I also have some new ones coming up. But like some movie reviews and stuff like that, I just haven't had time to make a video. I've just been so busy. But right now I thought I would make a brand new video talking about obscure movie recommendations. Now, I have some films here that you may not have even heard of, or maybe you have heard of, and you know, you maybe know that it's kind of a rare film. You know, there's probably no Blu-ray release. The DVD is hard enough to get. And not all of them. Some of these are actually underrated films that I just want to mention. But I thought that would be kind of a cool idea for a video. Pretty much all these films that I'm going to mention are just films that I recommend to you. That I feel are underrated, they're rare, they're obscure, and I feel like more people should be talking about them. So, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? The first one here is hands down in my top 10 favorite Robin Williams films. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. And, you know, the guy is known for doing his comedy. But this film is totally different, and I love the direction they went with this. 1 Hour Photo. Robin Williams plays Cy Parrish, a photo technician who does these families, you know, photos, and this certain family comes in all the time, and he's like obsessed with this family because he, you know, he lives alone and stuff. And he sees how happy this family is. They have everything. They have a nice house. They have, you know, a son. They just have everything. And he desperately wants to be a part of it. So he sees this family through the pictures that they bring in for him to develop. And so he becomes close to them for that reason. And then something, I'm not going to give away the movie, but something happens where he has to make a difficult decision, and it just goes on from there. It's known as a psychological thriller, but it's very good. Very, very good. I highly recommend this film. Robin Williams gives I'm surprised, I don't even think he got anything for this. He should have gotten something for this movie. This movie is amazing. The next one I'm going to mention is hands down, and you know, like, it's probably my top 10 favorite basketball films. Now, there are a lot of sports films that I like. You know, Rudy, Field of Dreams. You know, I can go on and on with sports films. But when it comes to basketball, this is definitely this might even be my top 5 because I love this movie. It stars Dwayne Martin. You got Leon, who was in Cliffhanger. Tupac and Marlon Wayans in Above the Rim. Now this is the movie, this is the first Tupac film I've seen, because I know he's in, like, I think it's in Bullet. I think that's the name of the movie, Bullet. And then there's Juice, which I have seen, but I saw Above the Rim first. And Tupac, I gotta give the guy credit. He's a good actor. He really is. And when he has the right roles, I mean, in this one he plays a gangster pretty much, but it suits him so well. Dwayne Martin was in White Men Can't Jump, and he also played a basketball player in that, so that kind of suited him there. But he's a basketball player in this who gets in with the wrong crowd, which is Tupac's gang. And you got Leon, who tries to set him straight, and he's a basketball legend who threw everything away, and so he's trying to steer Dwayne Martin in the right path, but he doesn't want any part of the negativity and the gang stuff. Really, really cool stuff. I mean, it's a great it's kind of an inspirational film in a way, because you just don't take crap from anybody. Who, you know, the end game, basketball game at the end, it's just like so, I want to say macho in a way, because these guys like pick on people, like push people down, and then they just say, screw that, that's enough, and they just start fighting back. Like, it's, I don't know, man. This movie has great music. It has one of my favorite Tupac songs of all time, and that is Pain. I can't help but notice your pain. My pain. It runs deep. Share it with me. I love this movie. Okay, if you have not seen Above the Rim, you are missing out. I don't even think there is a Blu-ray release of this. When there is, I'm definitely getting it. Now here's one I pretty much guarantee you haven't heard of. But again, this is a recommendation to you guys. It is an independent film that I just think is so brilliantly done. It was directed and written by Roger Roth. And you have Trent Cameron, Gary Gray, Jennifer Jostin, who was in... Jennifer Jostin was in House of a Thousand Corpses. She was one of the girls out of the 4 who get kidnapped and stuff. You have Brendan Carter, Lloyd Avery II. Shot, which is also known, I believe, as Focus. Not the one with Will Smith, but yeah, this film, this is a very rare film. Okay, you can hardly get it anywhere. I don't even know if it's available online, but Family Video had a copy of this, and when they sold it, I picked it up. It's about a gang, and this cameraman, who happens to be white, he wants to go out and take photos, so he goes to the hood to start, taking photos of what the hood is really like. Like, what does the neighborhood look like? What are the people like? He runs into this young black kid who has an interest in cameras, and he has a really good eye, and so this guy becomes interested in this kid because he feels like he can become something. Get out of that neighborhood and become something really good, like a professional photographer. And so the kid has a brother who's in a gang, which is right here. There he is with a gun. But this gang is, they're the real deal. I mean, the acting in this was so good. I'm actually friends with him on Facebook, who plays a guy named Boo. That's what they call him here. But he's a really nice guy. He's not a gang member at all. He doesn't act like that in real life. He just did some brilliant acting in this movie, and he acts really tough and just like intimidating. But so what happens is this guy wants to ride with the gang to take pictures and stuff, and they say, okay, you can ride with us as long as you don't take any pictures of my crew. And something happens where he kind of breaks the rules on accident, and this gang goes after him. It is very, very good. The music in this, I don't know who did the music, but the music, Norman Arnold did a fantastic job with the music. So good. The score is so good, inspirational. It's got a fantastic ending. The ending is awesome. If you can get your hands on this movie, I'm telling you right now, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll love every minute of this film. And half of these people, like I said, are on Facebook. But I think Gary Gray is on Facebook. Brandon Carter, I believe. Yeah, most of them are. But anyway, yeah, Shot. If you can get your hands on this, definitely pick it up. Now the next one, it's a double feature, but I'm only really talking about one of these films because I love it so much. It stars Sean Penn and Christopher Walken, and it is At Close Range. Now this is the double feature with colors. I'm not talking about that one. At Close Range has a brilliant story. It's definitely one of my favorite Sean Penn films, because I'm not the biggest Sean Penn fan, but that film is awesome. At Close Range is awesome. But you also got Christopher Penn in there. But it's got amazing music. It's got like my favorite Madonna song, Live to Tell. I'm not a huge Madonna fan, but I do like some of her old stuff. Live to Tell, the music video is at Close Range. So it's got an amazing score, and I just love the story to it. So At Close Range, I do believe they have a Blu-ray release of this, but it's like kind of rare to get, or maybe it's even out of print, I don't know. But yeah, At Close Range is another one. Now this one I could say it's a guilty pleasure because I think the action in this movie is so good. The acting might not be up to par, but you would never think by having a movie with Cindy Crawford in it would be good. Okay? But William Baldwin, Cindy Crawford in Fair Game. This movie is an amazing action movie. It is amazing. Compared to some of the stupid action movies we have today, you watch this, you're going to be like, that is old school action right there. It is. And, I mean, Cindy Crawford's really nice to look at in that train scene, if you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen this movie, that train scene, the unforgettable train scene. It's really good. And the music to this, it's fantastic music. Mark Mancina, he's done other things. But, yeah, really, really good stuff. I call this, yeah, kind of like a guilty pleasure action film. It's very, very good, and it's very enjoyable. So, yeah, if you haven't seen this one, definitely check that one out. Now, I know my buddy Thomas really loves this film, and it was because of him that I got really invested in it, and it's one of my favorite films of all time. Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Dennis Leary, Judgment Night. Now, I recently just picked up the Blu-ray release not too long ago. This is the Good Times Home Video DVD release, which is also a snapcase. You know, about a group of friends who take the side streets of Chicago. They're stuck in traffic, and so they're trying to find a shortcut. They go through the streets of Chicago and they witness a murder. And Dennis Leary is ahead of this gang, and he doesn't want any loose ends, so this gang goes after them for witnessing this murder. And after that, it's like cat and mouse. Like, they run in the apartment buildings, they run to a train yard, they run in, you know, to this department store. It's non-stop. This movie doesn't take a break. After they get discovered, it does not slow down at all. So if you have not seen Judgment Night, again, you are missing out. The next one stars Drew Barrymore and George Newbern, and I think it was this had to be early 90s. I believe it was 93. This is a movie that I used to rent all the time. It was because I used to have a huge crush on Drew Barrymore at that time. But this movie had some real, like, I want to say it had some real cool effects, especially at the end. And I was always interested in the concept of how they did this. Doppelganger. Basically, like, Drew Barrymore has like a doppelganger where it's actually like a psychological, supernatural thriller, but there are horror elements. It explains, like, every male has a female, every day has a night, every good has evil, and all of us, there exists a duality. And then there's something terrifying going on with this young woman. You know, she starts to stab people and kill people, and it's really, really good. I remember the old VHS. This DVD was actually hard to come by, and it was actually expensive. So if you can get your hands on Doppelganger, I'd say get it, because chances are you're never going to get it. It's really kind of hard to get. Another underrated one, I saw this in the theater, and I just love this movie. Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, and Samuel L. Jackson in Sphere. Basically about an underwater sphere that was discovered, and a team of scientists. Well, you have, like, let's see, I can't remember, there's like a mathematician, and then there's like different sorts of, like, jobs these guys do. But they're all sent down to investigate this giant sphere that's down there in this spacecraft, which the spacecraft, they believe, is American, but the sphere is alien. And there's something about the sphere that intrigues them. and gives them some sort of like abilities, and you can't help but think, is it all in their head? Are they just imagining this, or did they, like, you know, what happened? So it's, the movie is basically you trying to figure out what's going on with them. Really creepy vibe. It really is. It's got the sci-fi supernatural kind of element to it. Really, really awesome movie. I'm a huge fan of Dustin Hoffman anyway. Now here's one of my favorite De Niro movies, which also has Wesley Snipes. And my favorite De Niro film is Cape Fear. I love that film. This one is definitely my top 10, and it is The Fan. Hey Bobby! Now do you care? Basically a film about an obsessed fan who is Robert De Niro. He's obsessed with Snipes' character, Bobby Rayburn, who's a professional baseball player. And, you know, De Niro, he plays, Gil. And Gil's down on his luck. His family's, you know, his wife's not letting him see his son as much, and like he's having problems at work, and his life's just not being fair. But going to the baseball game makes him happy, and so he becomes obsessed with Snipes in this. And to me he acts like he did in Cape Fear, but you can see his motivations. Like, he's trying to be a good father, he's trying to be good, but life's not fair to him. So I really enjoy this one. Also has good music. Yeah, this one's definitely a classic De Niro movie. Oh, damn it. Which one fell? Oh, maybe I can... Oh, there we go. Alright, sorry about that. Here's another Robin Williams film that I feel is underrated, and no one really talks about it. I think this movie is funny, and I enjoy it. I think they did a good job explaining, like, the thing that's wrong with Robin Williams' character, and it is Jack. This has a huge cast, and it was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It's got, you know, Bill Cosby, Fran Drescher, Brian Kerwin, Jennifer Lopez, Diane Lane, all in this film. You know, basically about Robin Williams has this disease where he grows rapidly. He's got this rapid growth to him. So when he's actually a certain age, you know, like let's say if he's like 10, then he really looks like he's 30. Which is, you know, it's kind of funny because Robin Williams can pull off being a kid. I mean, he's a kid at heart. You know, he was when he was acting. He was always making jokes and doing funny stand-up. So this role was perfect for him. I mean, acting like he's like a 10-year-old kid, you just buy it. You just buy it. It's got some touching moments and some sad moments. But I still think this is one of the funniest movies he has done. And no one really talks about it. So here is one that when I talked about sports films, this is definitely one of my favorite underrated sports films. And it's football this time. And I love some, you know, football movies like Rudy is probably one of my favorites. But this stars Goldie Hawn, and I used to watch this back in the day. It also has Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. Before they were in White Men Can't Jump Together, they were also in Money Train together. And it is Wildcats, where Goldie Hawn is a new football coach at this really bad school, and these guys are misfits, and she tries to teach them how to play football. One of my favorite scenes is where they want to get rid of her, and she's like, okay, we're going to run around this track, and if you beat me, or she's like, if you drop before I do, then I get to coach, but if I drop before you, then I'll leave. And so then all the football players run around this track with her, against her, running around the track, see how many times they can do it. And, you know, she ends up like kicking their ass. Like, it's I don't know, this movie, it has great music by James Newton Howard. Really, really good. LL Cool J also has a song in this. I believe he did the Wildcats song. But yeah, this is definitely a classic football film. Also kind of rare in a way. It was hard for me to kind of find this DVD. I'm not even sure if it's on Blu-ray. I really do hope they get a Blu-ray release. I don't know how many of you guys remember this film, but it's very, very good. So, All right, I'm going to end it here. This is part one. Stay tuned for part two, where I'm going to talk about more films. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, so stay tuned for the next part.